Osibanjo's 2023 dilemma: why he may not run. Without any iota of doubt, Tinubu is Osibanjo's benefactor. In fact, everything Osibanjo has received politically has had the imprimatur of Tinubu. From his first political job as Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Lagos from 1999 to 2007, and taking Tinubu's VP slot on the APC presidential ticket in 2015 on a platter of gold, Osibanjo has ridden on the back of Tinubu. Where was Osibanjo when Tinubu bankrolled the party and sustained it through its metamorphosis from AD to AC and ACN, forged alliance with CPC after meeting Buhari, which culminated in the merger of parties and eventual formation of APC? If anyone is asked, who owns APC today? The answer is SW, Tinubu, and the North. In simple terms, Tinubu brought Osibanjo out of political obscurity. Osibanjo on his own has never contested an election or funded one. Even as running mate to Buhari, he lost his Ajah polling unit in 2019 and thereafter quietly relocated his polling unit to his hometown of Ikenne, Ogun State, apparently in a bid to contest for the presidency in 2023 after the humbling and chastising in Lagos. Given the foregoing, it is understandable that the camp of Tinubu will consider Osibanjo a traitor and betrayer for daring or currently being rumored to contest the 2023 APC presidential primaries with his benefactor. In fact, it is the audacity of Osibanjo for them. Anyway, let's assume Osibanjo decides to contest the primaries with Tinubu. What are his chances of winning the APC ticket? And more importantly, how would he win the 2023 presidential election? The fight. There are two parts of the fight. Part A is funding the primary election. Can Osibanjo match Tinubu at the APC presidential primaries, pound for pound and dollar for dollar? Does he have the financial war chest to buy over delegates? In 2014, Buhari said he took a loan to buy his APC nomination form. Could Buhari have defeated Atiku in the 2014 APC presidential primaries without Tinubu mobilizing great financial resources to counter Atiku's financial spend? Several groups, including journalists, media, broadcasters, and TV commentators, have recently called on Osibanjo to throw his hat in the ring against his benefactor. How many of these persons can assure Osibanjo of one delegate's vote at the APC primaries? Even former Niger State Governor Babangida Aliyu, a PDP member, recently endorsed Osibanjo. Can Aliyu deliver any delegate's vote to Osibanjo at the APC primaries? How can the CEO of Coca-Cola be recommending CEO candidates to Pepsi, if not for sinister reasons? On the flip side, if Tinubu defeats Osibanjo at the APC primaries, that will be the end of Osibanjo's political relevance in the Southwest. He will be totally ostracized and shamed for even having the audacity to wrestle with his benefactor. There have been threats of probable ostracization of Osibanjo from the APC Southwest political family should he even declare intention to contest the primaries with Tinubu. According to insiders in the Tinubu camp, if not for blind greed and inordinate ambition, why will Osibanjo enjoy 8 years as VP on Tinubu's slot, given on a platter of gold, and not want to yield space for the next 8 years? Is he the only one? Let's assume that Osibanjo defeats Tinubu at the primaries. How would he win the 2023 general election against the PDP candidates, Atiku, or Tambuwa, or Bala Mohammed? To start with, the fallout of a Tinubu losing the primaries will be massive. First, Tinubu will be so bitter and will simply tell his APC goons in the Southwest to vote for PDP in 2023, just like he did in 2011, when ACN states voted for Jonathan based on some agreements Jonathan had with Tinubu. Does Osibanjo have the financial resources to mobilize for votes on election day? Oil political machinery and so on, starting from polling units to ward, local government, senatorial, and state levels. Again, can Osibanjo farm out votes on election day without Tinubu? Can he connect and speak the language of the grassroots like MC Olomu, who form a major plank of the Tinubu political machinery and vote farming team on election day? Some people say Osibanjo is a saint. Why wouldn't he be a saint when he has never built, funded, and sustained a political machinery or party? There are over 176,000 polling units in Nigeria. How does a party mobilize its agents to man each polling unit to monitor and record votes, pay them, feed them, provide them logistics, and so on? Has Osibanjo ever had to do all this? Also, several confirmed sources in Aso Villa allege Buhari is in possession of a tape where Osibanjo gloated about taking power through a reenactment of the Yaradua Jonathan model while Buhari was battling ill health in the UK. Furthermore, he was reported to have been saying a loud amen to prayers at one of the ROCCG parishes in Ogun State for God to instantly elevate him to higher position without further delay during Buhari's illness, which means God should take Buhari's soul and pave the way for a substantiative Osibanjo presidency. In terms of voting pattern, the South-South and South-East will give 90% of their votes to PDP, Atiku or Tambuwa. A bitter Tinubu will deliver Southwest to PDP, or at worst, due to Yoruba sentiment for Osibanjo, split Southwest votes 50-50 between PDP and APC. For the Southern Nigeria voting pattern, the probable best result is 0.5 APC and Osibanjo and 2.5 PDP, Atiku and Tambuwa. For the northern votes, there is where the challenge lies for Osibanjo. The only way Osibanjo would win the 2023 presidential election is for PDP to field an Igbo man as presidential candidate. Not for anything in this world would they not vote an Igbo man. The PDP has realized that, and that is why their strategy is to reclaim the presidency, to do whatever it takes at all costs to win. That all cost strategy is anchored on fielding a northern Muslim. Even the Igbos themselves realize this, and that is why David Umahi decamped from PDP to APC. Also, the Igbo are content getting VP slots under PDP and are not making much of a fuss about the rumored interest of Tambuwa and Atiku and possibly Saraki in the PDP presidential ticket. As far as the Igbos are concerned, they would rather a northern and wins than allow their internal rivals, the Southwest, win the presidency. Given the foregoing, the probability of Osibanjo winning 2023 election is slimmer. Osibanjo needs Tinubu to win 2023 more than Tinubu needs Osibanjo to win. In fact, Tinubu does not need Osibanjo to win. Tinubu is a fighting machine on his own and a tested war general. For Osibanjo to succeed in the fight and, more importantly, win the war, at a minimum, he needs Tinubu on his side. Definitely going head-to-head with Tinubu for the APC presidential ticket is not the right strategy to get Tinubu on his side. This is the crux of Osibanjo's 2023 dilemma. All of this is coming from Dr. Gbenga Adefulu. He's an economics and a digital media consultant and also public affairs analyst. He's the one that has put all of this together. Well, Nigerians, they will decide come 2023, Osibanjo or Bola Tinubu. But for sure, we know Nigerians don't want recycled politicians. Bola Tinubu is one of them. And even Atiku Abubakar, those names mentioned earlier, we are tired of all of these failed promises. The country needs to move forward. We'll see how all of this plays out. Leave us your take. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.